Hi everyone, Patrick here. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'll be bringing you guys from Pasir Park to East Coast Park, showcasing the recently announced completed Eastern Corridor. So I rode this path twice last week, and on the first try, I lost my way at 3 points along the way. So I'll be highlighting where these 3 points are so that you do not make the same mistake as I did. And do remember to click the like and subscribe button if you have not done so. So without further ado, let's get going. So we start our journey at Pasir Park Area 1 as we ride downwards towards Pasir Park Bridge and towards Pasir Hawker Centre. Yep, I haven't had my breakfast, so we'll be stopping by here for breakfast first before we continue our journey. Quite a wide variety of food and drinks here, and there's also a second level as well, so you can just come by and explore yourself, alright? Now that we are done with breakfast, we'll continue on our journey. We continue to ride downwards on the Park Connector all the way until we reach the bridge, where we'll cross over the bridge and reach the first detour point, as you can see on the Park Connector map. And over here is also where I made my first wrong turn. So we should do a left turn here by doing a little U-turn and not here. Yes, here. The road is a little narrow, and we also need to cut through this little area here across the playground. So if you want to, you may just dismount and push your bike across. You can see the sign pointing towards the Eastern Corridor, and so we go down the slope onto the Park Connector again and continue with our journey. And we'll arrive at the first long overhead bridge. This one crosses the TPE. It's a long one, and we are supposed to dismount and push our way across. And now we are back on Tampines Park Connector. Now over on the right side, that's where the Tampines Eco Green is, and we do have a couple of opportunities to cross over, where you can do some bird watching over there, but that's not what we are going to do today. This long stretch of Tampines Park Connector is also the one that was recently completed, the 2 km stretch. And along the way there's a few traffic lights that we have to cross, so just take your time and enjoy the ride. And so after a long straight ride, we see this grey and blue building. It's the AFPD building, and that's an indication for us to turn left and cross the road. So the road along this stretch is pretty much narrow, and there's also a fair bit of construction going on, so please do be careful. And before you know it, we have already arrived at Bedok Reservoir Park. Now you can continue straight and there you will enter Bedok Reservoir Park proper, or you can just follow me where I've decided to turn in here and make my way towards Temasek Poly, and over there we still have an opportunity to turn into Bedok Reservoir Park. So this little slip route here allows us to turn back into Bedok Reservoir Park. If you turn left here, you will be able to go and proceed towards the Eastern Corridor, and I've chosen to turn right here to explore the Bedok Reservoir Park a little. If you have been following me, then we will reach the Home Team NS building here, where we sort of exit the park and then we re-enter the park through these small routes here. Up ahead is the Bedok pumping station. You will know that you are at the right place because over here there's a very distinct smell. Yes, if you have been to those public makeshift toilets, you will know what I'm talking about. And after which, this stretch is where you have an unblocked and complete view of the Bedok Reservoir, and it's a nice place for you to take some photos and selfies as well. And now we are reaching the Bedok Reservoir Carpark A area. If you have turned left just now, if you remember, then this is where you'll be coming out from. And over here, this is a second detour point, and also the place where I lost my way the second time. So the correct way is to turn right here onto this, I would say a temporary road, looks that way, and not here. So detours being detours, the road is a little bit tighter, and also do watch out for traffic. So we turn downwards here, back onto Bedok Park Connector. And now we reach the second long overhead bridge. This one brings us across PIE, and this is even longer than the previous one. Do take note that we do have a little detour here, where we have to cross the road here, following which we turn right to go back onto Bedok Park Connector. And we'll continue straight along Bedok Park Connector all the way until we reach the third and final point where I lost my way. And it's a major one because I turned and totally missed the eastern bank altogether. And here we are. And so to continue on towards the eastern bank, we should cross the road straight here. But instead, I turned right here and proceeded all the way and missed the eastern bank altogether. You can check out the NG video at the end of this video to see the route that I took. But for now, we'll go by the correct route onwards towards the eastern bank. And over here are the two minor detours along the way. And this is also where you will find the New Water Visitor Center. We will exit the eastern bank through the playground area here, and over here is also the third major detour point where we have to cut through the landed houses over here along the Eastwood roads. And this is the merging point from where I entered back when I lost my way the first time round. And from here on, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the path all the way, but you can see that it's mainly construction works all around, so do be careful. And here, Guards Camp. We continue on and we'll be reaching the underpass shortly. Alright, do slow down at the underpass because there are many cyclists that uses this path. And once you're at the other side of the underpass, this is East Coast Park. And yeah, that's an aeroplane. And so we have reached the end point of the Eastern Corridor, East Coast Park, Area G. And thank you so much for joining me on this ride. I hope you've enjoyed the ride as much as I did. And now let's take a look at some of the NG shots of the three places where I lost my way. Starting with NG1, where we just passed by Pasir Drive 1. And so after a long ride, I realized something is wrong because I don't see any of the Eastern Corridor directions. Decided to check the map and realized that I needed to do a U-turn now. And we are back on track. And the second NG at Bedok Reservoir Park. If we go down this road, this is a long straight road ahead, and at the end, it's a dead end. And now, NG3, the route where I took and missed the eastern bank altogether. This route will pass through Bedok Road, and as you can see over here, there's also a cycling path, and that gave me the illusion that I'm actually on the right path, when actually I'm not. So the route along Bedok Road here is very narrow. There's a lot of road crossings, as well as a lot of humps and bumps, and definitely not suitable for cycling. So avoid these at all costs. And that's it! So overall, I feel that the Eastern Corridor is a pretty good ride. There's a lot of scenery along the way. And there's also two parks, the Tampines Eco Green as well as Bedok Reservoir Park, which you can choose to explore if you are not in a rush. There's like around 90% in comfortable park connector roads, so it's pretty nice to cycle on. No doubt there's still a fair bit of construction, a little bit of detours here and there, but I think overall it's still manageable. And of course, if you avoid the mistakes that I've made, you'll definitely enjoy the ride much more. So overall, I will rate the Eastern Corridor a 9 upon 10. And if you would like to join me on the full ride from Pasir Park to East Coast Park, and from East Coast Park back towards Pasir Park via the Eastern Corridor, I've attached the links in the description below. Thanks, bye.